Hey guys, in this video we're going to go over what to expect in terms of what classes and how you're going to be advised. The first thing you're going to want to do is check your My Blue Ridge app and click to your advising section right here. You should see all the information you need on classes coming up. I can't really show you how to get in there, but you should have some videos elsewhere that show you how to go through the actual advising tab. So we can set up times to meet if you'd like more one-on-one, or if you feel like you got it, you can go ahead and apply for the classes I've suggested. And in terms of what classes I'll be suggesting, why don't we take a look at kind of the program breakdown real quick and things to expect of the program and why it is set up like it is. So I just want to preface by saying that my program is somewhat linear. There's not too many different routes you can take. Everybody's going to be pretty much taking the same classes during the same times. I do offer a few different choices of classes to take. The reason why I do this is because video game development has a very strict pipeline in which it follows, and it's a very complicated process. I'm sure you guys are picking up on that. So what I've done is I've created the curriculum as a way to kind of take you through each part of the pipeline. In the first year, we're going to focus on a foundation. So why don't we look on that in our first fall semester here. Uh, by the way, this resource I'm using, I'll have a link to it in the description of this video down below. And it's a pretty nice little thing because you can click on a class and it'll jump you to, it's like one big Word document. It'll jump you to the actual class and the chapters, and you can get a look at what is in each class if you want to. So in your first fall semester, we're going to introduce you to programming inside of Unity, modeling inside of Maya, and Photoshop skills. And you'll also take English class, and Intro to SGD is kind of a catch-all, what you can learn a little bit more in depth about the industry, the history of games, stuff like that. So first fall semester is pretty packed, but we teach a lot of foundation in this, stuff that you're definitely going to need if you're going to continue to make video games in the future. Your spring semester, we get into actual game design, and you're going to be taking a second programming class as well as a second modeling class. These two programming and modeling classes, these two classes will actually have you programming games and making in-game art. First semester, programming one kind of just teaches you more or less basics of programming. You will be programming games, but not on a in-depth scale. We're trying to introduce you to the topics. And modeling one is just trying to get you comfortable inside of Maya, get you comfortable thinking like a modeler. Art for Games is a secondary Photoshop / texturing class in which we focus more on 2D stuff for texturing 3D models. Summer is the summer of animation. You're going to be doing 3D animation classes and rigging models so they can be animated. Rigging is kind of like putting bones inside of our characters that we model, and then steering wheels on those bones so we can pose our characters so we can get them animated. Your second fall semester is when things really start cooking. Before we get into that, I just want to say that all the classes in your fall, spring, and summer give you the foundation to be able to start the second year, which is more project based. And this year, there's going to be less hand holding, and you're going to be expected to make some games. We're going to actually start making real games instead of making assets for a game or coding simple games. You're going to be in charge of doing some more in depth stuff. Your second fall semester will have you doing level design. So we'll learn how we can do environmental art as well as just design concepts for level making in general. We'll be doing that in Unity. Design 2 is a really fun class. It's all about making 3-week games. You have 3 weeks to make a simple concept of a game. So it's very programming heavy, but it's also design heavy because you will be making games from scratch in it. Very minimal art in this class. Modeling 3 or software engineering. So right here, I give you a choice between pursuing the more artistic side of game development or the more designy and programming aspect of game development. And then you'll take a drawing class to further refine your 2D skills. And second semester is a really fun one because you work on the big project game. So everybody in the class works as one team to create a game during one semester. And then you present that game in Raleigh at the end of the year at the East Coast Games Conference, where people like Insomniac, Epic Games, uh, Ubisoft is there, as well as tons of other indie studios. And we have a booth there, and you will present your game to the public and get feedback from it. So that's a very awesome class to work up towards. Serious Games is kind of our virtual reality class as well. We do training simulations or educational stuff using VR and inside of Unity. And then you have an elective choice where you can either do more character based stuff, so animation, modeling, concept art, anything character based that you want to do, you can take this class to bone up on that. Virtual environments, so that's environment artists, map painters that want to create like concept art for environments. Also, level design is a topic that you can cover in that class. And then programming, mobile programming. It's basically the fourth programming class. If you want to just do straight programming, you can learn how to create touch-based games on Android devices. And portfolio design is a small 1-hour class in which you create an online portfolio with all of the work you've done throughout your classes that you can either then shop for a job or give to a university and see what kind of credit they may be able to gift you if you want to go on and do a 4-year degree. So that's basically the kind of tempo that we hit with our curriculum. Again, this resource is linked below. Um, so I appreciate you guys for listening. And if you have any questions about advisement, always email me, hit me up on the Remind app on your phone, or come to me during an office hour. Uh, and there always is going to be a time during the semester in which I'll say I'm sending out emails or I'm updating your My Blue Ridge, so you'll definitely know. All right, thanks, guys.